Hello, everyone. Good morning. I just cut out there. I think we're good. It is Sunday morning. I wanted to, or I should say, I felt called to then share my answers after the meeting. But after the meeting yesterday, I had to make dinner and make brownies. And the way I made the brownies, I made like 18 little like cupcake things because I had like 3 trays of 6. Is that 18? That's 18. Yeah. Still early. Still drinking my coffee. 18 cupcakes of like brownie, and I put walnuts and cherries in them, so they're like a brownie walnut cherry thing. And then I wanted to use the remaining batter to do like the tray of brownies with the fudge, without the walnuts and the cherries, but I didn't have enough. It literally just like coated the bottom, so I was like, well, I still have this fudge and I'm not going to scrape it out of the pan because I already greased the pan. So what I did instead is I added like a layer of cake on top of it and put the fudge in the cake. So now it's like a fudge cake. I don't know. We'll see how the church people like it. I put some icing on the top. But that's why I wasn't able to go over my answers yesterday. Because I was busy with dinner and making things that I didn't intend to make. So, I have about an hour before I have to leave for church. And, I just thought since the kids had breakfast, I pretty much have gotten ready other than like some lip balm, brushing my teeth and lip balm. And I have their outfits picked out. Like my eldest is already dressed. My youngest, I have her outfit picked out. I just have to pick out an outfit for my son, which shouldn't take too long because I know exactly where the clothes are. They're just over there. So it shouldn't be that hard to just assemble everyone. So I have some time to go over the questions, the answers that I gave to the questions from yesterday. I'm just going to start by reiterating the first principles prayer that they suggest. It says, "Dear God, I can't heal my hurts, hang-ups, and habits by just saying that they are not there. Help me. Parts of my life or all of my life are out of control. I know now that I cannot fix myself. It seems the harder I try to do the right thing, the more I struggle. Lord, I want to step out of my denial into truth. I pray for you to show me the way. In your Son's name, I pray. Amen." So the first question said, list some of the ways that your pride has stopped you from asking for and getting the help you need to overcome your hurts, hang-ups, and habits. I wrote, in submitting to a man instead of submitting for a husband. I thought that he was the one, and so I submitted, and I just agreed to the things that he said because I thought that meant that I was a good wife. I thought that was the right thing to do as a woman. And I wanted to be a faithful woman to that man without him being faithful. So my pride there kept me in a situation that did not benefit me or my children. it wound up taking everything from me. And I wasn't able to overcome it until I was taken away and given the resources and knowledge that I needed to understand that my ego of being a good, faithful woman was a really large piece of my pride that I didn't even realize that I had up until like I'd say June, July. I was really in denial. I also have pride that was taught to me in childhood, specifically that I have to earn everything and deny assistance. So, my family definitely was like, no, you have to be hardworking, you have to be self-made. Like, don't ask for help because that shows weakness. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but my paternal grandfather was a second-time war veteran. He was a naval officer. So I don't know if that was like mentality that stemmed from there. I don't know if that's just an old school mentality. But that is the mentality that I had. And so I had this pride that I had to earn everything, that I had to deny assistance, that if people offered me help, I had to say no, because that would mean that I didn't actually earn it. Because of that, throughout my life, it continuously stopped me from asking for help and getting help that I need. But we're shedding all that this year, or at least we're starting to. Number 2, what in your past has caused you to have the if-onlys? Now, I left the prompt blank, but the prompts were, if only I had stopped X years ago. So, like, X is blank. So, if only I had stopped blank years ago. And the other prompt was, if only blank hadn't left me. I left both of those empty. Okay, I thought my kids' show stopped, but it's good. Have to utilize the TV so I can do this. So yeah. If only I hadn't stopped blank years ago, if only blank hadn't left me. I left those empty. I didn't really feel like they applied. But I did write 5 of my own if onlys. So in that relationship with that man, I often would think, if only he would blank, then I would be able to do that. You know, another thing. Like, and that was a reoccurring thought in my head. If only he would be able to do this, I would be able to do this. And I guess that stems from a mentality of, like, they're supposed to be give and take in a relationship, like you're supposed to be partners and stuff, but I acknowledge that I had the wrong mentality for that. It shouldn't be if only, because my character shouldn't change based on someone else's actions. My character should be exactly what it is, and it should be steady. It shouldn't change just because someone's doing something or not doing something. So that was one of them. If only he would blank. And like I said, it was a reoccurring thought. I also have, if only people understood me. I feel in my past I was misunderstood a lot. And I understand, and I can comprehend, I should say, that I comprehend that there's going to be misunderstandings, that I can't possibly articulate everything in my head into what I mean to say. You're in the Lord's army?
Yes, I'm singing.
You singing?
Me. Yes, sir. Mommy.
Guy.
What are you doing?
I think I smell a pooping.
Yeah.
Oh my. That means we have to change you.
Yeah.
Are you gonna come here so mommy can change you?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm up there.
That's okay, I can wait.
Yeah. I can do this.
Oh, you can do this now?
Yeah.
Perfect. Mommy's just gonna move the camera. No, let's not drink mommy's coffee, please. Mommy's just gonna move the camera so you can't be seen when I change you. So, I had if only people understood me. I comprehend that there's gonna be misunderstandings in life, that I can't possibly articulate everything in my head perfectly, so the other person...
Ew, that sounds yucky.
Yeah, pooping is yucky. That's okay. Another if only I had was if only people listened to my instruction. But it kind of goes back to the understanding me. If I can't communicate in a way that people can understand me, if I don't lay out all my thoughts or explain properly, they're not going to be able to listen. I have, if only they acknowledged my efforts, meaning if other people just acknowledge how hard I do try. And I think that does happen now. And I tend to brush it off. People say, oh, like, you do such a good job with your kids, or like, how do you have the time to bake things, or you do so much, and I just brush it off like, oh, that's nothing, and I guess the things that I actually struggle with, like, I would want acknowledgement for that, but that's not to say that my efforts go completely unnoticed. Like, it just means that I have this weird thing where I expect people to see my inner growth and acknowledge that inner growth when I haven't shared it. And that's a little silly. So, gotta let that go.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20. 20.
20.
Yeah.
20. Half.
100.
100? No.
100. 100.
You definitely skipped some numbers. You go watch your listener, kids.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Come on.
8,
You're all
9,
clean.
10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28.
Apparently that's happening now.
40, 40, 50, 60, 80, 90, 100.
Cupcake paper
100.
makes a nice coaster.
100.
Okay, 100.
Mommy, what are you doing on my back?
You mean, what are you doing on Mommy's back?
I know.
I don't know either.
Read the book.
Read the book? Okay, the last thing I have says, if only I could be loved as a soul instead of a human. This is just Mommy's feeling of not wanting to be human. There's a lot of problems that come with being human. Not that there aren't problems with being other living things in the world.
Guy.
You are Guy.
And Mommy.
But I feel like the world has a lot of social things that I don't understand, and I'm never going to understand.
And Mommy.
That I've been loved as a body, as
My body.
as
My body.
a producer.
My body. My body.
And instead of being loved as a body and as a producer, I would like to be loved as a soul. Instead of what I can offer. I would just like to be loved as is. So if only I could be loved as a soul instead of a human. Number 3 says, instead of worrying about things that we cannot control, we need to focus on what God can do in our lives. What are you worrying about and why? I said only one thing for this question. I said, I worry about the safety of my children. I'm told, the reason why is because I'm told it's natural to worry. That worry is a sign of love and attachment. But I'm realizing, you are Guy. I'm realizing that worry is not a sign of love and attachment. Worry is fear. And
I'm Guy.
You are Guy. And I have to give the safety of my children. Can you get off my back, please?
Diaper.
I already changed your diaper. Thank you.
My face and head.
You see your face in your head?
Yeah.
I see it too. Oh, now I don't. So worrying about the safety of my children, I need to let that fear go. And
on my head.
I need to pray to God about their safety.
My head.
In
my head.
In their emotional safety, in their physical safety, future financial safety, all the safeties.
Thank you, Mommy.
There's a lot of areas that can be safe.
Seesaw.
Are you saying thank you for the seesaw like this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you like it. Can Mommy keep talking?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So number 4 says, in what ways have you tried to escape your past pain? Be specific. So the biggest way I tried to avoid pain was avoiding socializing whenever possible. I wouldn't go out with anybody. I wouldn't really have friends. if I, like, the few times I did actually go out with somebody, I would ostracize myself from the group, and if the opportunity arose, I would go into the people-pleasing mode, thinking that if I made them happy, then in turn they would make me happy. Like, eventually that, like, would come back to me, kind of like a karma mentality. And that's not how the world really works. So, being a people pleaser, having those codependency thoughts, having porous boundaries didn't serve me. It didn't serve God, and it's not setting a good example for my children. I have 2 daughters, and if I teach them that, oh, like, you can just take and take and take and take from me, if I can just continue to sacrifice myself for other people instead of giving myself to the Lord, then they're going to pick up on that mentality. And that's not going to be good for anybody. Hold on, I hear crying. Who has a boo-boo? I save you. Okay. Hello. Hello, world.
Hello, world.
Hello, world. All right. Oh, you moved my book. Do you want some peanut butter?
Yes. I want peanut butter too.
You want a peanut butter too?
Yes.
Here you go, friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I thought you guys were done with breakfast, but I'm glad I saved it.
Hi.
Oh, you showing everybody your peanut butter sandwich? No, I don't want to eat it. No, thank you.
And put on the bowl.
You're going to put it in the bowl?
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that you're neat and organized. All right. So moving on to question number 5 in the Celebrate Recovery book.
Hello.
It says, how has holding on to your anger and your resentments affected you?
Hello. 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 Hello.
Hi, guy.
Hello. Hello.
We already said hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Can it be Mommy's turn?
No.
Why not?
And the crib.
You want to be in the crib?
Mommy crib.
You want Mommy to go in the crib?
Yeah. I did it.
It's a little rude. Number 5, how has holding onto your anger and your resentments affected you?
4, 5.
So,
5, Mommy.
holding on to anger and resentments.
5, Mommy.
Number 5, that's right. Holding on to my anger and resentments has made me project them onto other people. And because I project my anger and resentments onto other people, people then have a negative perception of me, which causes a lot of problems with the socializing. So I was kind of really digging my own hole with that one. Oh goodness, let's not touch my coffee, please.
No.
Holding on to anger and resentments made me distrusting of others. Continuing to keep that double-edged sword, I was hurting myself and I was hurting other people. And lastly, it affected me in the fact that it made me think more about problems.
A toe.
Those are my toes.
It's tickled.
You don't tickle my toes. It made me think more about my problems than solutions. And that really kept me in the negative cycle of thought process. It did not allow for positivity to come in because I was so focused on being angry about injustice and resentful towards those people and situations. So it really...
Mommy,
You're right there. It really inhibited my spiritual and emotional growth by holding on to that stuff. Number 6, how has denial isolated you from your important relationships? And an older version of the book. You're right there. An older version of the book also asked for number 6, do you think loneliness is a choice? I really feel like that's a dualistic answer. So, loneliness as a feeling is an effect. Like, I don't feel like that's a choice. But the behavioral patterns that lead to the feeling of loneliness is a choice. Like, I chose, like I mentioned in previous things, I chose to avoid socializing whenever possible, because I was distrusting of others. So because I was distrusting of others and I chose to isolate myself, thus I felt lonely as a result. Here you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, I think feeling lonely is a result of the choices that we make to be lonely.
Bye,
So,
Mommy.
Dualistic answer. Yes and no. The other part of question number 6 was, how has denial isolated you from important relationships? When I was in my addiction, I was in denial about the care that my children needed, especially with my first daughter. She suffers a lot with communication. She is a level 2 autistic. She has a communication device. And that was because I was prioritizing work over the nurturing that I needed to do as a mother. And that really, like it says, isolated me from the mother-child situation that I'm supposed to do as a woman. Peekaboo. Denial also isolated me from God, because I would prioritize a human and their expectations of me over what God has called me to do. So I would, like I was saying, I would do that with the man I was with, and I would do that in work. I would try to do that with my family. Like, I would always be striving to keep them satisfied instead of keeping my focus on God and what I needed to do to serve the Lord in my purpose. You're up there?
Yeah.
I see that. Also, how denial...
There, Mommy.
And now you're down here.
And bottom too.
You're on the bottom?
Yeah.
So, The other one I put for how has denial isolated me from my important relationships is,
Mommy, quit.
so I would also prioritize
Mommy, quit.
I'm not going in the crib. I would also prioritize others
Mommy.
over myself
Mommy.
and my own needs. You can go to the hammock. Yeah, that sounds great. Have fun. I love you. I would also prioritize others' needs over my own needs. And it would leave me too drained for joyous occasions. It would leave me too drained to take care of myself. Like, I would only shower, like, once a week at my worst. I wouldn't brush my teeth. I wouldn't do, I wouldn't brush my hair. I would just, like, re-put it up in a bun. And I'm not saying I'm even good at my hair now, but, I just, like, eat the worst things. Like, I wouldn't take care of myself because I was so worried about other people. But when I was in rehab, they kept telling me, like, they use the example of when you're on an airplane. Now, I've never been on an airplane, but they say when you're on an airplane, like, you have to put the mask on you first before your child. And that made me really upset when I first heard it, and I still have some residual, like, emotions about that. Like, to me, it feels really selfish to take care of myself first. But in the 12-step programs and in rehab, it kind of helped me realize that I have to allow, myself to accept love from others, from God, from myself, that I can't, like the old saying is, you can't pour from an empty cup. Like, my cup was running so dry, like, my cup was literally, like, breaking. And, through a lot of work over this year, I really feel like I've been, given a new cup, or my cup has been repaired. This is in the sky. It goes in a helicopter like this. Yeah. So this way I can experience joyous occasions, that I can prioritize myself and others, but myself has to come first. Like, God has to come first, then me, then others. Like, that's just how it has to go, or else, I honestly think that, that's why people cease to live, because they don't know how to prioritize themselves, and they think that no one's in their corner. Well, you have to be in your corner first. There you go. So that's what I had for number 6. Number 7 says, describe the emptiness you feel and some new ways you're finding to fill it. So I have felt empty in every area of my life. I started feeling empty when I was very young. That's what I forgot to put for number 2. The number 2, if only, I forgot to write it down, but I shared it yesterday in group. If only that I wasn't sexually abused from the ages of 2 to 12, that I'd have a different life. So with that kind of ties into number 7, where I felt this emptiness inside of me for so long. And I don't know if that's because it was robbed from me, this feeling of safety and security in my life. But it really it took root at a very young age, and then it spread through all areas of my life. Some old ways that I tried to fill it in alcohol addiction. I would drink like a bottle at a time. I would try to find it in drugs. Like I would smoke marijuana all day, every day, from the moment I woke up until the moment I went to bed. I had a machine that would like press stabs, and I would smoke the wax, and I would do that multiple times a day. The earliest addiction that I had was to overeating. Before I was the age of 10, like I remember being like 6 or 7, and I really started overeating to the point where I would like throw up, and that continued up until this year. I would eat so much that I would get flu symptoms. I would shake. I would vomit. I would have sweats. And like, I wouldn't vomit because I tried to make myself vomit. My body was literally rejecting the amount of food that I was consuming because I was like tearing my stomach, and my body physically couldn't process it. I tried being a workaholic. I gave myself to a company that didn't value me. I gave myself to trying to make my own company with a friend, and I was working literally 100-hour weeks. I was putting so much effort in between administrative work, creating invoices, being the online marketing manager, trying to like make calls and stuff like that, going to actual jobs and doing the work. I was literally just pouring myself into that because I had this emptiness, and I thought if I could prove myself, then I would be worthy. And so like I really was addicted to working. I have been addicted to love, which is a codependent issue, where I've touched on this before. I felt like I should give and give and give in a relationship for them to love me. And it was to the point of self-detriment. I would not leave anything for me. I was erasing myself to give someone else something that they wanted. Can we be gentle with each other?
No.
No? Do you want a timeout?
No.
So can we be gentle?
No.
I'm going to just pretend that you're saying no to say no and want control, which I understand. So you can hide under the blanket and have a self timeout. I will not put you in timeout. How about that? Okay. Yeah, no timeout.
Ow.
Oh.
Ow.
Oh.
Ow.
Oh.
Ow.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Ow.
And lastly, something that I've tried to fill the emptiness inside me is with a technology addiction. Like, I'm definitely one of those people who get stuck on Facebook, and I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I'm looking at another reel and another reel and another reel. Or I'll do it on YouTube as well. I'm just like looking at people playing games. Why are you sad?
Papa.
Thank you. Do you want this?
No.
No? But you're taking it? So
No.
I think you just like saying no. So with that technology addiction, I understand that God's purpose for me is not to just scroll and to look at senseless stuff. If I am to be on technology, it should be scripture-based. It should be uplifting. It should be encouraging. It should be honing a skill. It shouldn't be like just cycling through, getting the dopamine that way. Like, that's not actually helping. Hey, let's not take my book. That's rude. So where it said some new ways I'm finding to fill it.
I'm happy.
You're happy?
Free.
In
Free, Mommy.
in rehab,
Free.
we had to attend a lot of 12-step meetings.
It's free.
We had...
Free.
Yeah, we're free?
Yeah.
That's good. And in those 12-step meetings, one time a speaker had said that the hole that we're trying to fill with addiction is a God-sized hole. Like, nothing in this world is going to fill that emptiness.
Mommy.
Nothing in the world is going to fill that emptiness other than God. God is the only one that can fill the hole, and I have a lot of addictions, so I have a lot of areas that I need God to fill inside of me. G-U-I, that spells guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you be careful with your feet?
No.
Please.
No.
Please.
No.
I think you just want to say no. What time is it? 9:16. Great. I have 15 more minutes, but I have 2 more questions. So, number 8 says, in what areas of your life have you been selfish? For a while, I wanted to say that I was never selfish because I was giving myself up until depletion. But really praying on this, you guys are just wild. Really praying on this. Hey.
No.
And like self-reflecting.
No. No.
Please don't do that.
No.
I was selfish by turning to various addictions in an attempt to mask the pain in my life. I was selfish with my time, thinking that my time was for me. And lastly, I was selfish with my story. I thought that I was really like the only one that was going through these things. I felt really isolated. I felt like no one has been through the life that I've been through. And even though no one has been through the exact upbringing and journey that I've lived, that doesn't mean that I don't have commonalities with other people, that other people haven't had the struggles that I've had. And so I've learned that sharing my story is giving back to people because it helps people feel seen, to feel understood by another person. And so I can't be selfish with my personal stuff because that's what builds connection, is being vulnerable with another person. You're so silly. So I have to stop being selfish with my time, and I have to stop being selfish with my soul. I'm going to take another sip of my coffee. You guys are nuts.
Go. No, mommy.
Golden male. Why are you screaming? So the last question. All right. The last question says separation from God can feel very real, but it's never permanent. What can you do to get closer to God? So, what I can do is I can live in my purpose of service. I can live within the fellowship of...
Jelly beans.
Everything's
Jelly
fine.
beans.
I can live in the fellowship of connection that God has provided.
Jelly beans. No.
Some of the things that I do is I pray when I go to bed. I pray in the morning when I wake up. I pray also in the moments where I feel called. Like sometimes people will just come into my head and I'm like, well, why am I thinking about this person? I should pray for them. So I do that. Also, if like somebody messages me and they're just like saying a problem that they're experiencing, I pray for that problem. The guidance that, you know, the person needs, and the avenue that the doors are open, you know, I just kind of pray for that person in that situation. I also now listen to gospel music. Before I didn't. Something I always did though was I altered mainstream songs. No.
Gimme. No. Thank you.
I would alter mainstream songs to fit faith.
Thank you.
So, I still do that. To be closer to God. I read or listen to the Bible at least once a week. Sometimes it's every day. Sometimes it's 2 times in a day. But I try to do it at least once a week. Being realistic, that may increase over time. But I use scripture as a reference book. So if for some reason I don't feel like God is giving me the answer in my head, I go to scripture and I'm like, the answer has to be in here because this is the book. Lastly, what can I do to be closer with God is realize that I'm worthy. It's not something that I used to do. I thought that I was completely unworthy of everything. Of love, of attention, of the situations that I was in. I was always trying to prove myself. And with the grace of God, there is no proving yourself. Like, you are who you are, and God accepts you as you are in your journey as you grow. There isn't pressure. Like, he just wants to talk to you, and he wants you to talk back to him. Like, he wants that conversation. So knowing that I'm deserving and worthy of that connection, of worthy of purpose through Christ, that I think will really help me get closer to God instead of me trying to prove myself to him. Which is definitely something that I thought I needed to do. So lastly, there are some verses. I did read them yesterday, when I was just reading the questions and not my answers, but I'm going to reiterate them because I have like 6 minutes. So, in the book of Psalm, chapter 22, verse 19, it says, "But you, Lord, do not be far from me. You are my strength. Come quickly to help me." In the book of Psalm again, chapter 6, verses 1 through 3, it says, "Lord, do not rebuke me in your anger or discipline me in your wrath. Have mercy on me, Lord, for I am faint. Heal me, Lord, for my bones are in agony. My soul is in deep anguish. How long, Lord? How long?" I really relate to that last question where it says, "How long, Lord? How long?" I feel like I've been asking that as long as I can remember. As long as I've been a conscious little kid, like I would just be like, how long do I have to endure this? How long? Looking at it now, I have to endure it as long as I hold on to things, as long as I allow things in my life, and as long as I feel like fixating on it. If I give it up to God and like truly give it up to God, not just say I'm giving it up to God, but truly let it go, I don't have to endure it anymore. In the book of Romans, chapter 7, verses 15 through 17. Are you picking out your clothes? Fantastic. Book of Romans, chapter 7, verses 15 through 17, it says, "I do not understand what I do, for what I want to do, I do not do. But what I hate, I do. And if I do what I do not want to do, I agree that the law is good. As it is no longer I myself who do it, but it is the sin living in me." I know when I was using every day, I definitely would cry about this. I would literally stand in front of the product and I would not want to do it. I would stand there for 45 minutes battling with myself, battling with my sin. And I would say, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. Like, I know this isn't helping me. I know this isn't what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I don't want to do it. But my sin won every single time because I wasn't taking that battle to God. I was just trying to fight that battle by myself. And it wasn't my battle to fight. It's not my battle to fight sin. It's my battle to have the courage and the humility to say that I need help and to give it to God so he can actually fight for me. Because a father fights for his children. And he doesn't want us to live in sin. He wants to free us from it. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 12, it says, "There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end it leads to death."
I can't find my dress.
You can't find your dress? You can't find your outfit? Oh, man. In the book of Job, chapter 17, verses 11 and 12, it says, "My days have passed. My plans are shattered, yet the desires of my heart turn night into day. In the face of darkness, light is near." In the book of Psalm, chapter 6, verses 6 through 7, it says, "I am worn out from my groaning. All night long I flood my bed with weeping and drench my couch with tears. My eyes grow weak with sorrow. They fail me because all my foes." I think that really ties into the choice of being lonely and thinking that you have enemies when the real enemy is just Satan and the sin. Your foe is not the people on their own journey. Like, we're all human. We all have problems. The foe lives inside you. And the foe that lives inside you, the sin that lives inside you, taints your perception of things, that other people are the enemy. And they're not the enemy. They're your brothers and your sisters. And they're fighting a similar battle, just from a different angle of the war. And the last scripture it has here is from 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 9. It says, "Indeed, we felt we had received the sentence of death. But this happened that we might not rely on ourselves, but on God, who raises the dead."
I'm Brother Guy.
You are Brother Guy.
No dress.
I think that just touches on
Mommy.
thinking that when you're in sin that you're going to go to hell, so you might as well like continue down that path.
No dress. No dress.
But when we don't rely on ourselves and we rely on God, like it says in 2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 9, He raises you out of that death sentence that you're putting yourself in. He saves you from the hell that you have to endure into, so you can step into your purpose. And it really is like a spiritual death. And I think spiritual deaths can continue to happen over and over until you do fully submit to Christ. And it's okay that essentially there's multiple layers of
Mommy.
the onion, I guess, for lack of terms. Like, there's layers to everything. There's layers to trees. There's layers to our skin. There's layers to it all. And you have to shed layers that have been built up over time in order to get to the true core and the true center of what your faith and life is. But that's the last scripture. That was lesson 2 in the Celebrate Recovery book. It's titled Powerless. That's all I really have time for today. I'm like 2 minutes over, and I do have to get my 2 younger ones dressed so we could go to church and get the brownies that we made and the cake that we made to our community. Can you stop pulling on my dress?
No, thank you.
You say it so politely, but I would really like you to stop pulling on my dress, because I don't want to have to change my dress because you ripped it. That would not be nice. But thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for stepping into this recovery journey with me. I understand that not everyone is capable of having a book, and I understand not everyone is capable of stepping out of their home and going into another person's home or like a church or wherever to have a meeting. So I think it's really cool that God has called me to start sharing with people online. And we're going to be going over lesson 3 like sometime in the next week or so. And I'll just like read the chapter and the questions, and then I'll come back like today and do a session where I answered with my views and my struggles. So thank you again, and happy Sunday, and God bless, and we'll catch you on the flippity flip.